Welcome! Today, we're diving into the world of two-factor authentication, or 2FA, especially as it applies to government websites. With the increasing amount of sensitive information handled online, security is more important than ever. Government sites, in particular, need robust protection to safeguard your personal data. Two-factor authentication is a key tool in this effort. But what exactly is it, and why does it matter? In this video, we'll break down the basics, explore how it works, and explain why it's becoming a standard for accessing government services online. Let's get started by understanding what 2FA really means. Two-factor authentication, often abbreviated as 2FA, is a security process that requires you to provide two different types of information to verify your identity. Think of it as an extra lock on your digital door. Instead of just entering a password, you'll need to provide a second piece of evidence that proves you are who you say you are. This extra step makes it much harder for unauthorized users to gain access, even if they have your password. For government websites, this added layer of security is crucial for protecting sensitive data and preventing identity theft. Government websites handle a vast amount of personal and confidential information, from tax records to social security details. This makes them prime targets for cybercriminals. By implementing two-factor authentication, these sites add a significant barrier against unauthorized access. Even if a hacker manages to steal your password, they would still need the second factor to get in. This approach greatly reduces the risk of data breaches and helps maintain public trust in digital government services. So, how does two-factor authentication actually work? When you log into a government site, you'll first enter your usual username and password. That's the first factor, something you know. Next, the site will prompt you for a second factor, which could be a code sent to your phone, a fingerprint scan, or even a physical security key. Only after both factors are verified will you gain access. This process ensures that even if one factor is compromised, your account remains secure. Authentication factors generally fall into three categories. Something you know, like a password. Something you have, such as a phone or security token. And something you are, like a fingerprint or facial recognition. Government sites may use any combination of these, but the most common is a password plus a one-time code sent to your mobile device. This combination makes it much harder for attackers to break in, since they would need access to both your password and your device. The first factor in two-factor authentication is usually your password. This is something only you should know. However, passwords can be guessed, stolen, or leaked in data breaches. That's why relying on passwords alone is no longer considered secure enough, especially for government services. Adding a second factor significantly increases your account's protection, making it much more difficult for anyone else to gain access. The second factor is often a one-time code sent to your mobile device or email. After entering your password, you'll receive a unique code that must be entered within a short time frame. This code is generated specifically for your login attempt and can't be reused. Even if someone knows your password, they won't be able to log in without this code, adding a powerful layer of security to your government account. Some government sites are starting to use biometric authentication as a second factor. This could include fingerprint scans, facial recognition, or even voice identification. Biometrics are unique to each person, making them extremely difficult to fake or steal. By combining biometrics with a password, government sites can offer even stronger protection for your sensitive information. Another option for two-factor authentication is a physical security key. These are small devices that you plug into your computer or tap on your phone. When prompted, you use the key to confirm your identity. Physical keys are highly secure because they can't be easily copied or intercepted. Some government agencies now support these keys for extra protection, especially for users who need the highest level of security. Setting up two-factor authentication on a government site is usually straightforward. After logging in with your password, you'll be prompted to choose a second factor, such as a phone number for text messages, or an app for generating codes. Follow the instructions to link your device or set up biometrics. Once configured, you'll use both factors every time you log in, making your account much more secure. Authentication apps, like Google Authenticator or Authy, are popular for generating one-time codes. After linking the app to your government account, it will generate a new code every 30 seconds. When you log in, simply open the app and enter the current code. This method is more secure than text messages, as it doesn't rely on your phone carrier and is less vulnerable to interception. While both SMS and authentication apps provide a second factor, apps are generally considered more secure. SMS codes can be intercepted if someone gains control of your phone number, such as through SIM swapping. Authentication apps, on the other hand, generate codes locally on your device and are not transmitted over the network, reducing the risk of interception. Many government sites provide backup codes when you set up two-factor authentication. These are single-use codes you can print or save in a secure place. If you ever lose access to your phone or authentication device, you can use a backup code to log in. It's important to keep these codes safe and only use them in emergencies. If you lose access to your second factor, government sites usually offer recovery options. This might include answering security questions, verifying your identity with documents, or using backup codes. It's a good idea to review these options when setting up 2FA so you're prepared if you ever need to recover your account. Let's quickly review the most common two-factor authentication methods used by government sites: SMS codes, authentication apps, email codes, biometric scans, and physical security keys. Each method has its own strengths and weaknesses, but all provide a significant security boost compared to passwords alone. Two-factor authentication is effective because it requires attackers to compromise two separate things: your password and your second factor. Most cyber attacks rely on stolen or guessed passwords, but with 2FA, that's not enough. This extra step stops most unauthorized access attempts, making your government accounts much safer. For example, the IRS uses two-factor authentication for its online services. When you log in, you'll enter your password and then receive a code on your phone or via an authentication app. This ensures that only you can access your tax information, even if someone else knows your password. The Social Security Administration also requires two-factor authentication for online accounts. After entering your username and password, you'll receive a code via text or email. This helps keep your Social Security records safe from identity thieves and hackers. Many state government portals, such as those for unemployment benefits or driver's license renewals, now require two-factor authentication. This helps ensure that only authorized users can access sensitive services and personal records, reducing the risk of fraud and unauthorized changes. Phishing attacks are a common way hackers try to steal your login credentials. Even if you accidentally give away your password, two-factor authentication can stop attackers from accessing your account. Without the second factor, a stolen password is useless to them. Identity theft is a serious concern when it comes to government services. Two-factor authentication makes it much harder for criminals to impersonate you online. By requiring both a password and a second factor, government sites can better protect your identity and prevent unauthorized changes to your records. You might wonder if two-factor authentication makes logging in more complicated. While it does add an extra step, most users find it quick and easy after the initial setup. The added security is well worth the minor inconvenience, especially when dealing with important government information. Government sites strive to make two-factor authentication accessible to everyone, including people with disabilities. Options like voice calls, accessible authentication apps, and support for assistive technologies help ensure that all users can benefit from enhanced security. Mobile devices play a big role in two-factor authentication. Whether you're receiving codes by SMS, using an authentication app, or tapping a security key, your phone is often the second factor. It's important to keep your device secure and up-to-date to maintain the effectiveness of 2FA. Some users worry about privacy when using two-factor authentication, especially when providing a phone number or biometric data. Government sites are required to follow strict privacy laws and guidelines to protect your information. Always review the privacy policy before setting up 2FA to understand how your data will be used and stored. If you need to access government services while traveling or from a different device, two-factor authentication helps ensure your account remains secure. You may need to bring your authentication device or backup codes with you. Planning ahead can help you avoid being locked out when you need access most. Losing access to your second factor can be stressful, but government sites provide account recovery options. These might include verifying your identity through documents or using backup codes. It's a good idea to familiarize yourself with these options before you need them. If you have multiple government accounts, you may be able to use the same authentication app or device for all of them. This makes managing your security easier and more convenient. Just be sure to keep your authentication methods secure and up to date. Some government services allow you to set up two-factor authentication for family members, such as dependents or elderly relatives. This helps protect their information and ensures that only authorized people can access their accounts. Check with each agency for specific options and instructions. Government employees are often required to use two-factor authentication to access internal systems and data. This helps prevent unauthorized access to sensitive government information and protects both employees and the public from data breaches. Contractors working with government agencies may also be required to use two-factor authentication. This ensures that only authorized personnel can access government systems and helps maintain the security of sensitive projects and data. Some government sites integrate with third-party services, such as payment processors or document signing platforms. These services may also require two-factor authentication to ensure that your transactions and documents remain secure throughout the process. Many government agencies use cloud services to store and manage data. Two-factor authentication is essential for securing access to these cloud platforms, ensuring that only authorized users can view or modify sensitive information stored online. Data breaches can have serious consequences for both individuals and government agencies. Two-factor authentication helps prevent breaches by making it much harder for attackers to access accounts, even if passwords are leaked or stolen. Many government agencies are required by law or policy to use two-factor authentication. Compliance with these regulations helps protect sensitive data and ensures that agencies meet security standards set by federal and state governments. The future of two-factor authentication is evolving, with new technologies like biometrics and hardware tokens becoming more common. Government sites are likely to adopt these advanced methods to provide even stronger security for users and data. Educating users about two-factor authentication is crucial for its success. Government sites often provide guides, FAQs, and support to help users understand how to set up and use 2FA effectively. The more informed users are, the safer everyone's data will be. If you ever have trouble with two-factor authentication, government sites typically offer support through help desks, online chat, or phone assistance. Don't hesitate to reach out if you need help setting up or recovering your account. If you're accessing government services from abroad, two-factor authentication helps keep your account secure. Be sure to check if your authentication method works internationally, and consider using an authentication app instead of SMS if you're traveling. Government sites regularly update their security systems to address new threats. Two-factor authentication methods may change or improve over time, so it's important to stay informed about updates and follow any new instructions from your agency. While two-factor authentication adds a strong layer of security, users still play a key role in keeping accounts safe. Always use strong, unique passwords and never share your authentication codes with anyone. Stay vigilant and report any suspicious activity to your agency immediately. To get the most out of two-factor authentication, follow best practices. Keep your devices secure, update your authentication methods regularly, and use backup codes wisely. These steps help ensure that your government accounts remain protected at all times. Staying aware of the latest security threats and updates is essential. Government agencies often share alerts and tips to help users stay safe online. Make it a habit to check for updates and follow recommended security practices. To sum up, two-factor authentication is a powerful tool for protecting your government accounts. It adds an extra layer of security, helps prevent unauthorized access, and keeps your personal information safe. By understanding and using 2FA, you're taking an important step towards safeguarding your digital identity. Thanks for joining us to learn about two-factor authentication for government sites. As online threats continue to evolve, 2FA remains one of the best ways to protect your sensitive information. Stay proactive, keep your authentication methods up to date, and encourage others to use 2FA for their government accounts. Your security is worth the effort.